Hello everybody and welcome to today's Aussie Crypto Network Roundup of Bitcoin. Today we've had a bit of a push up where it was sitting around $20,680 and we've had a nice push up from the 18,200 range. What we're going to do, as you can see from the charts at the moment, we're going to have a look and we're going to put our technical analysis on and see how we ended up there. Let's put on our high time frame levels. As you can see, we came in on Friday the 13th of October and we had a nice push up, or should I say Thursday, nice push up off the bottom of the weekly. We came up into the value area low of the previous region, which you can clearly see if you put on your fixed range. So as you can see, we pumped up off the bottom of the value area low there. We had a nice pullback, and looking at the pullback of the area and the region there, if you take your Fibonacci from low to high, you can see we come down to the 6165 region, which is known as the golden pocket, and then we had a nice little push up. We had a little bit of a pullback here on the daily region, back here into a consolidation zone, which would be probably the point of control of this range. As you can see there, nice little touch off for the day, and then away we did. We pushed off again. We reclaimed the previous resistance and pushed right on through. And we had another daily here where we looked as pure resistance, consolidated under resistance, and now what we've done is pushed up through, and now we've reclaimed that resistance as a support. Now, where are we coming off now? So if you look at today's local range, if we take from the high to the low, you have your golden pocket again, which is your Fibonacci levels. We have a 0.618 and a 0.665. Now, it's not too much of a resistance here, but it is a solid resistance. And as you can see, we have rejected and we are pulling back to the daily level. What this allows people to do is on a lower time frame is they will be looking for entries here, looking to push up. Doesn't mean it's going to push up. It's just a probability of a region of where they'd like to take a trade. It's good for day traders, scalpers. If you were in the current long position from the local golden pocket, you would have already taken profit on the local daily and you would be sitting break even with your stop loss and looking for the push up to the upside. Now, if you look at the huge gap here, if you turn around, look from this area to this area here, there's a huge inefficiency where we had price action drop down heavily without any resistance on the way down. So when you get these type of efficiencies, you're probably looking that price will want to push up pretty quickly. So I'm keeping a close eye on that. Now, if we take a look, we've got the weekly open currently on this daily, which we're above. Now we have some naked point controls. So we've got 2 below price action and 1 above price action sitting on the weekly level. And we've also got the 130-day value area. So what you can see is here we've got a huge point control here for the last 133 days. The whole region, we have a point control. So generally what happened here is that we had price dropped into the weekly level. We had a nice push up into the previous area's value area low. We had a pull back. You probably can see here when we had the pullback from the value area high, we touched the low. High to low. And what we did is we pulled into the golden pocket region again. And as you can see, we probably had some bearish divergence here. We had a nice push down, 3 lows, taking out the previous lows with the swing failure pattern. And as we pushed up off the golden pocket along with the local value area low, and that's the same value area low, the 133 local day region, we had some bullish divergences, nice push up, claim of the level, temporary resistance with the daily, back test again of the previous days, the 133 day local point of control, and then we had the push up into the golden pocket. Okay, so currently I would be looking for a push up. I'd say the most highest resistance at the moment is in this daily naked points control region, where we have a weekly level, we have a local value area high, slightly above it we have a daily area. These are the regions I've been looking into currently. We have had a nice rejection off this golden pocket, but we're going to wait and see what this brings us in terms of price action. Okay. If we take a look at the current action right now, as you can see, we're above today's previous day's point of control. We've had a lot of price action recently in the middle. We've had 59 million with negative 633 on the delta. So price dropped into the value area low, sharp push up within a couple of minutes, hit the previous day's equilibrium, previous day's point of control, straight into the daily open. And then we've had a rejection, and now what we're trying to do is hold the volume weighted average, the VWAP volume weighted average price is where we're trying to hold things right now. Now if we take a look, as you see, price came into the lower levels. As we did a bit of a reclaim, we had a higher high, but on the CVD we had a lower low, which shows some bullish divergence, which allowed us to push up and claim the VWAP. Doesn't mean we're going to push higher. What it means is we had the strength to push up into that next level, and the VWAP being that next level of resistance that's there, because we have to always factor in the nearest resistance and not take a further resistance away just purely because it has multiple levels of confluence. We have to look at what's right in front of us as traders. Okay, so as we sit at the moment, we're above the VWAP, we're above the previous day's point of control, and what we're going to do is we're going to look for those higher levels. As you can see, we're currently in the New York session. The previous London session, we come into the lows, we had a nice retest, which was the buy tail. We moved into the New York session. Again, we had a retest at the top of the buy tail of the London session, which is also the previous month's equilibrium. And now we've started to push up. We do have a bit of a sell tail here, so we could consolidate sideways, but we are still looking for them upper regions. And in that upper region, we've also got, if you look back, it's quite a few days back, but that's the previous day's VWAP up there. So what we'll do, we'll take that into consideration when we look for higher levels. Now, as you can see, the current sessions, we had yesterday's New York session into the close, into the Asian session open. A big, huge pullback on the London session today with massive amounts of shorts opening, which is probably why we got the reclaim, which will be a 618 there, and a bit of a push up. Let's just take a look on the higher time frames, see what we've got in front of us. So as you can see here, we've got a point of control up at 21,737. We've got a single print at 22,000, and we've also got a time point of control at 22,237. Now, if you can look at the volume charts, what you can see is we took out the high, we made a nice selling tail, we started to pull back, and as we start to pull back here, let's just have a closer look in. We had some higher volume come in these levels here, we faded off. We couldn't maintain the pressure under the time point of control. Moved into a new daily session, which we had a nice tap of the previous time point of control. And as we pushed on under, we dropped under the VWAP, made a new buying tail, and now we're kind of hovering around and trying to reclaim the previous day's value area low. So I hope all this has made sense to you, and you can see the levels clearly what we're looking at next. So if I put on my previous day's levels, the same as the previous chart, we have a look here. We had the previous day's value area low, reclaimed. What we had is a sharp push up, took out the previous day's point of control and daily open. And now what we're trying to do is maintain that and push on through. And what I would be doing is looking for the higher resistance levels, sort of towards the daily MPOC, local value area high, and the weekly level, which will take us up to around 21.7 up to 22,300. Okay. I hope this has helped you guys, and I hope you have a good day. Take care. Talk soon.